to you the top 5 Filipino scams in the Philippines. These are top secret Filipino scams I will reveal to you.
What? Babe, I'm vlogging right now. Can I throw the trash later? Please? Pretty please? Alright guys, today we're going to talk about the top 5 Filipino scams. Okay, now of course, this may not apply to some of you and some will. And remember, of course, if you're looking for a Filipina, for a partner here in the Philippines, these are things you have to keep an eye out for, okay guys? Now also, disclaimer, okay? Again, I'm telling you these scams, but not all Filipinos or Filipinas are scammers. Not everybody has an ulterior motive. Again, quite honestly, these scams are very rampant everywhere in the world, from North America, South America, you name continent. These scams do exist. They may call them differently, and they may have a slightly tweak in the MO, only because, of course, you know, different cultural differences. But for the most part, again, these do exist in other countries as well, so just keep an eye out for them, okay guys? Again, not all Filipinas or Filipinos are scammers, but if you're an expat, odds are you may be a potential target, only simply because, again, I already told you, watch the video about expats, and then you'll learn more. Alright, so I'm going to give you the top 5. Now, there's multitude of scams here, and some of you did ask for this, request this topic. Me and Heidi are going to do one just for tourists and watch that video. And when I say tourists, it means that if you're not looking for a partner, which means, of course, you won't be more susceptible to these scams because, well, most of the time, some of our viewers are bringing their partners from the West to here. So, kind of like me, I brought Heidi here, so of course she's not susceptible to these scams either. So, bottom line, this is more for the single people who are looking for a future partner here in the Philippines, okay? Alright, let's get started. Now, these main 5, again, may be mix and match, meaning, although these are the main ones, it may mean that it could be a mixture of both or one or more. For instance, example, most of these scammers on the list may employ multiple Facebook accounts, multiple Instagram accounts, okay guys? Multiple Skype accounts to present you a persona of the person they're trying to present you with. In one, they may be Alice, and the other one, they may be Mary, and another one, they're Juanita. Same person, different accounts. And I've seen this personally. So, also, that's another thing. This also applies to some of you Filipinos as well. It doesn't mean you're a Filipino, you're immune to these scams either. If you have money, you're a target, okay? So, again, it's not a racial thing, it's a money thing, okay? Also, another thing is, for instance, a common one is what I call the e-begging scam. Now, when somebody says e-begging is usually, people relate this to YouTubers most of the time, or social media. Oh, I'm stranded here in, say, for instance, in Eastern Samar, guys, I need your help, you know, yada, 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 send me money, blah, blah. Now, the e-begging scam, again, this will pretty much go on some of these on the list. And for instance, what I mean by that is, because odds are these women or men that you're already like in relationship with on the phone, that you probably some of you may have not even met them in real life yet. They'll show you, oh, let me show you my house, and then they'll give you a tour of the house, which means they'll show you the outhouse, as it were. They'll show you this decrepit little, like, if they even show you a coffee table, so that they don't have anything. Like, again, they'll show you they don't even have a kitchen table. They'll show you that their toilet is busted. They'll give you a tour of the house. They'll show you leaking parts. That's what I call the e-beggars of the Filipina or Filipino scam artists, where they would show their partners, like, oh baby, like, look, it's raining, it's leaking again. And then, you know, as a general rule, most people are soft-hearted and kind-hearted, and they're like, oh babe, you know what? I'll send you some money. Go get that fixed, okay? Oh, I'll send you some money. Go get yourself a table. Oh, you don't have a bed. Oh, by the way, guys, beds. Here we use something called a banig. Banig is basically a floor mat where you sleep. It's made out of different materials. It's made from straw to plastic straw to like a roll-on foam. Again, it's made out of different materials, but as general, they call it a banig. They still call it banig regardless of whatever it's made out of. Or they sell beds here that are like this thin that are designed to be rolled up during the daytime. And she'll show you that, or he'll show you that. And then some of you again will be inclined to say, oh babe, get yourself a real bed, you know. Get your ones for the spring support, yada yada, and you send them money. Okay, that's the e-beggar scammers, as I would call them. Again, this can be employed by some of the scams that I'm going to talk to you about, okay? Now, the top 5. We're going to start from the bottom. Number 5 is what I call the short scam. Now, the short scammer, I say it's short because these get caught like that. They're real easy to spot. And I call them short scammer because quite honestly, their scam won't work for long at all. Short scammers, I mean, I hate to say this, although, I mean, if they're scammers, I guess they kind of, in a roundabout way, deserve it. The short-term scammers are not the highest, they're not the sharpest crayons under the sun, you know what I'm saying? That's a metaphor. Now, so what I'm getting at is they're very simple. They're very simple. They rely on your gullibility. They rely on your thirst, okay? And they rely on their looks and their bodies to have you fall for their scam. Basically, it's easy. This happens on, you know, Filipina Cupid or whatever, or even in real life. You know, you get attracted to him, like, hey, you know, hi, I'm blah, blah, and then literally the very first couple days that you met him, they hit you for money. Boom. Oh, babe, you know what? Something happened. I need this. Oh, I'm short on rent. I need this. And that's why I say this short scam, because, again, a normal person would be like, whoa, 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 I met you just a couple days ago, or even a day, or even the same day. I'd be like, whoa, slow down. I didn't even know you, and you're expecting me to give you money. But, of course, there are some people that will like, okay, here we go. You know what I mean? No, it's, again, this relies on your gullibility and on your thirst and their looks to lure you in. It's not a very complicated scam. They're very easy to spot. This number 5 on the bottom of my list, the short scam. Again, if you think with your brain, you're safe from this, trust me. And they're very common. Now, number 4 is what I would call the compound interest scam. Now, I call it compound interest. There's a saying in the West where if you save a penny a day and you double it, aka compound interest, it basically adds up like big fast. And the reason why I call it compound interest is because unlike number 5, which is again short term, where they attract you and then hit you right away, hey, you know, baby, could you please give me money? I need it for, you know, rent, you know, something like that. Compound interest would be the ones that be like, they already got you as far as you're already talking to them, chatting with them, you're already talking to them, whether it's a video chat or text or even in real life interacting. But then they would say something like, oh baby, you know what, I can't continue chatting on you because I'm out of load. Okay, again, you know, they want you to pay for a load. No, it's not what you think. Load here in the Philippines is basically your phone credit, okay? So when they say I'm out of load, that means they're asking you for money to pay for their phone bill, essentially. Because most of the phones are prepaid, they're basically asking you to pay for a prepaid phone for them to continue talking to you. So now that's why I call it a compound interest, because they'll start off a little like this. That's usually what they first ask you for, because well, first off, if they already got you interested, you still want to talk to them, right? But then you're like, oh, crap, I still need to talk to you, babe, but here's my wallet, I guess. Here, how much do you need? You know what I mean? So that's how they get you. And then that's just the beginning. That's the start of it. Again, they have to test you a little bit. So after they get you to pay for their phone bill, then there's possibility like, hey babe, you know, my phone's not working right anymore. The battery's not holding a charge anymore. I can't talk to you for a long time. Then they'll ask for a new phone. And then after that, then it goes from the phone bill to their water bill to their electric bill to their rent. So they basically graduate from the smallest amount to the highest amount. And of course, and that's why I call it compound interest. Eventually, if you've been with them for a year, as far as you're concerned, you're actually basically paying for the rent and all the bills already without even realizing it. And since you're already invested in them, you don't want to break off the relationship either. Like, man, I spent a lot on this girl. I better make sure this thing works. Not knowing, of course, that she was never really interested in you in the first place. Okay, and that's what I call Number 4, the compound interest scam. Now, number 3 is what we call, what I call the 911 hun. Okay, 911 hun. Now, what's 911 hun? Okay, this goes in the middle of the stack. She's kind of like, see, here's the thing. There's the, it's a very hard balance, guys. Because again, like, there's the fast ones that hit you hard, and then there's the compound interest that hit you softly. This one can be both. They can hit you slowly. These could start as a compound interest and then hit you with a 911. And what I mean by 911 is like, oh my God, baby, my mommy is in the hospital. I need money. Can you send me some? And again, like I said in my other video, like, again, everybody has a soft spot for mom, and they would be like, sure, babe, here you go. How much do you need? And then, of course, my brother would be, oh, my brother's truck broke down. It needs to be fixed. If he doesn't get it fixed, his Jimmy doesn't get fixed, he doesn't make money. And his family would starve, and of course, she would help him out. That's the 911 hunt. As one of our subscribers emailed us, actually said, oh, baby, your mom died again? Again? How much you need, baby? That's his joke to us, basically. It's like, yeah, we get it, yeah. And don't get me wrong, I have heard, basically, people killing off their parents, not real life, of course, but just to make the scam. Trust me, I've heard it with my own ears on the phone, ever listening to them. Actually, it's one of my employees. But anyway, point is, does it happen? Yeah, and to that far as killing off their family members just to get money. Trust me, nothing is sacred. So that's what I call 911 hunt. And again, it does happen a lot. And again, most of you I know are soft-hearted and have a weak spot for family, but just keep an eye out, guys. Okay. Now, number 2. Now, this one is a common one. This is more of the bar girl routine, and the reason why I say that, this is what I call the who's my daddy scam. Okay, and I call it who's my daddy is because, okay guys, here's the thing. A lot of you want to be called daddy. Alright? Now, whatever floats your boat, again, there's nothing wrong with it, as long as everything's legit, as everything's nobody getting hurt and everything. Now, who is my daddy scam? When I say bar girls, it's because it's usually, it's a personality profile type that, to make these certain scams, you have to have a certain scammer with a certain personality profile type. Now, who's my daddy scammer is an extrovert type with a gang, you know, like a gang of ladies, okay, friends. You have a circle of friends. Now, and also in one of my videos, I even said, unless you were one of those guys with a bunch of girls around you, then watch out. And that's because that's a red flag for the who's your daddy scam. Unless, of course, it's legitimate. I mean, you can be in the safe zone per se. Again, let's say you can have your future mate with you. She would have her sisters or cousins. And here's the thing you have to watch out for. Again, a legitimate woman, essentially, if she brings her friends with her, they're going to pay for their own stuff. You know what I'm saying? If your partner is going to go out with her friends with you, they're going to pay with their stuff, not you. And that's where I'm telling you the red flag of the who's your daddy scam. That's basically where the girls basically all clamber on you, okay? Most of the time they're not related, they're friends. They expect you to pay for their drinks, whether it's bubble tea, whether it's coffee at Starbucks, whether it's alcoholic beverages. They expect you to pay for it. Go out to the movie theater, pay for their tickets. Now that's a big giant red flag. That's a who's your daddy scam. And I'll tell you why. Again, one, first off, do you know majority of Filipino women are extremely jealous? You know what that means? Most majority Filipino women, if they really are interested in you, they will not share you whatsoever. Now let that sink in. So if your partner has her friends go out with you all the time and literally clamber on you, like hug on you, all of them are hugging on you, that's a giant red flag, guys. Because a Filipina who's interested in you, you kidding me? If one of her friends touches you, in your face. You know what I'm saying? No, that's a big red flag. And like I said, like, sure, if you want to feel like a high roller and walk around with a bunch of ladies, again, you walking around with a bunch of ladies around your arms and them, all of them clambering on you, again, it's a bad sign, because any legitimate woman who's really interested in you will not let anyone touch you. Okay? And think about it. If the shoe was on their foot, I mean, if you were the, well, again, this is reversible. You can be the woman, and these are all guys. Again, are you kidding me? You would let your guy friends touch your woman like that? You know what I'm saying? No. Same thing. So that's the, or again, that would be the who's your mommy deal. So that's your big red flag. Now, number one. Okay, now this is the hard one, because these are the evil geniuses of scammers, and this is the long scam. Or I would call frog in boiling water scam. And the reason why I say that is because if you get a frog, put them in a pot, and slowly adjust the temperature, super slowly, getting it hotter and hotter, that frog will not jump. It will eventually enjoy the hot water until it boils to death. What it means is it's a slow death, and you don't even know you're already getting scammed. Now the long scam. The long scam is a lot of things, and this is well thought out. This is not some, again, that's what I meant, it has to fit a personality profile. Like number 5, the quick scam cannot perform the long scam, because their brain cannot, they're not designed for that. They're designed for short term, I want it now, I want the money now, I want quick results, versus the long scam is you're in my web now. Let's wait 1 more year. Now, sadly, this is more accurate. The long scammers would basically be honest with you. For the most part, most of them will be complete angels. They will be the love of your life. They will be the perfect ever. Oh yeah, that's another red flag too. If it's too perfect, I'm not saying terminate the relationship. I'm just saying start thinking with your noggin. Okay. All right. So again, the long-term scammers, they have ultimate wants and needs. Ultimate wants and needs. What are they? Now, they're very different, but most of the time, they all go in this line. 1, get a ring, okay, aka marriage. Okay, so they'll be super, super sweet to you until they get that ring. Okay, and again, these are very hard to detect, guys. These are very hard to detect. I mean, it really is. Okay, and then after that, what do they do? Again, you have to know your future partner, whether again it's a male or female. Again, some of them just want you for the passport. So once they get that marriage ring, now they're going to push you. Get me a passport. Get me a passport. Get me a passport now. Some of you will be like, oh my gosh, that did happen to me. Oh my gosh, she is all of a sudden pushing me for a passport. Or he is pushing me for a passport. I wonder why all of a sudden. Yeah. Okay, so 2, get your passport. Okay, and then the ticket. Okay, and the third one, of course, would be actually fly you to U.S. or Australia or Canada, wherever their target objective is. Now, the short long-termers will get you to do the 3. They will get you to get the ring, get the visa, then the passport, then the ticket, get them to the country of where they want to go, aka usually America. Okay, then Canada and Australia in that order usually is the Philippine way. And the reason why, again, why the U.S. is on top is because, again, Philippines was a U.S. colony, so that's why U.S. is always on top. So, and then once they hit America, see ya. Yeah, that's how it usually works on the short-termers. You're lucky if that happened in a long-termer, because that's the short-term, okay? Now, the long-termer, you're in for a ride of your life. Long-termer will get you all those 3, then get a hold of your assets, and then your bank account. So, and then take everything what they can from you. Some long-term scammers, and the worst things that they do, they get all 5, okay? And while you're in the Philippines, they'll take your passport while you're here without your knowledge, take everything you own, IDs, driver's license, everything, and then fly to the U.S., leaving you here stranded with nothing to your name. And since they're legally your wife, and they have all 5 of what they wanted, you're pretty much a goose. So the long-term one, unfortunately, you're going to have to trust your gut on that one. And quite honestly, unless you're living with them, there will be some telltale signs of, like, there's something wrong. But again, I can't tell you that because everybody's different. Even scammers are different. Even if they operate a certain way, they're not all the same. Again, guys, just watch out. So those are 5. So again, you have number 5, okay? The quick scam, the short scam. Not a lot of thought to it. Just look at me, give me money, buy. Okay. Then you have the compound interest. I don't have money. Can you help me out? I can't talk to you if you don't give me this. Okay. The 911 scam. Oh, my mother's sick. My brother has a bad jeepney needs fixed, which usually, again, guys, watch out for the brother, because usually the brother is the husband. All right. Number 2, the who's my daddy. Again, you walking around with a bunch of girls and they're hanging on you, or if you're a woman, you're hanging with a bunch of guys and they're all hanging on you. Again, guys, remember, Filipinos are very selfish. Okay. If we really are in love with you, nobody's laying a hand on you. Okay. And then number 1 would be the long-term scam. Again, this is like basically the future X from hell, where they would leave you with literally nothing. Okay. And if you're lucky, they'll just leave you once they get to your country of origin. Let's say if you're Australian, once they get their visa and hit Australian soil and leave you, you're lucky if that's all they did. Okay. So that's it. The top 5 scammers. Again, some of these have a little bit of variation. There's more scams out there. I could be sitting here all week talking about them. So, all right, guys, don't forget to give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you agree with us. Tell us where you're at. Let us know where you're at. Okay, guys? Don't forget to email us at gmail.com. Okay? Leave your comments down. Tell us your experience, whether you use it at scam or you think you're getting scammed. And if it's too personal, again, email us. We get a lot of emails, guys. You guys are like family to us. We do respond. And, I mean, most of you guys who do email us know that we do respond, and you are like family to us. And we do worry about you as far as, I mean, of course, everybody has problems, you know. I have problems. Anyway, all right. Bye, guys.